Hi there and welcome to the next edition of Diary of a Hypnotherapist, my way of practicing what I preach because I ask so many of my clients to do things that they wouldn't normally do and to build habits that benefit them. And the way that this benefits me is it helps me to reflect on the week, what went well, what didn't go quite so well, so that I can do more of the good things and change the things that could be better in the future. And that period of reflection is something that we can all benefit from doing. And hopefully it shares some more information about what hypnosis and hypnotherapy actually does, because there are some very weird and wonderful ideas out there. So my week, as many weeks are, has been very, very varied. One lady that I've been working with, she was really interesting because under hypnosis, most people visualize things, like we dream in pictures, we're imagining pictures, but she saw nothing apart from colors. And this really took us into the world of chakras. Colors are often a reflection of different energies that we feel in the body, and depending what energy she was seeing, helped me identify some of the emotions that we needed to work with. But this time, she came up with a very, very clear image of a wall. And even before we started doing the hypnosis session, she kept looking down to her left to go, the wall's there. It's not between us, it's over there. And she just kept looking down. It's there and I can see it. And behind it is different and in front of it is different. And clearly had a very clear picture of what this wall was, and she could describe it in detail. After the session, she opened her eyes, looked down, and was like, it's gone. I can't see anything, it's all changed. She was blown away by it. And metaphorically, of course, there wasn't a wall there, but it was her mind's way of saying there is a barrier. And when we took that barrier away, how she felt changed too. Power of the mind is just so phenomenal. So that was a really interesting session. And she was, really quite, very surprised, but also in wonder of how is this going to impact on things in the future. Also worked with a lovely lady who was given a breast cancer diagnosis. We'll be working on helping her be mental resilient throughout all of her treatment. But the key theme in the session this week was why you need to stop asking questions that have no answer. She was very much stuck in, why me? After everything that's happened in my life, why this? Why do I have to have another thing happen to me? And I've experienced this before when my mother passed away, and there were certain things that I asked her to share with me and she refused to. And I kept asking, why wouldn't she tell me? Why wouldn't she tell me? And the bottom line is, neurologically, if you're not going to get an answer to that question, you need to stop asking it. I often think it's a bit like hitting your head against a brick wall. The wall isn't going to go away. That question isn't going to go away. So move away from the wall, because all you're going to do is keep hurting your head. And just by helping process that and understand, stop asking the question, helped her feel more positive towards going in to the few months ahead that are going to be very challenging for her. I continued working with someone who is changing their relationship with alcohol. A lot of people feel that if you want to cut down your alcohol, you have to cut it out. In my experience and the work that I do with people, that's not true. It's about getting back to a relationship with alcohol where you control it rather than it controls you. And she had had a week, rather than going to bed after having a bottle of wine, she was going to bed with a cup of tea. And not only did she feel so much better, it had changed her morning routine as well, getting up earlier, exercising. The kids were then getting up and doing press-ups with her. The whole energy of the house had changed. And she was absolutely bouncing off the walls with the fact that she wasn't not drinking, that had a glass of wine on a Friday evening, but it was just, oh, should we have a bottle of wine, as opposed to, it's wine time. And the other client that really stuck in my mind this week was a lady who, when I first started working with her, was seriously considering leaving this planet. She was in a very, very dark place, but now those blinkers, that dark hole, she's pulled herself out of it with an awful lot of work, massive credit to her. And what she was now experiencing is because her energy had changed, her relationship with a lot of people had changed as well. She was noticing how people that used to treat her as a doormat, she's now standing up to them and going, no, I'm not behaving like that anymore. And she was really amazed at how those people who she can now see were contributing to that dark place she'd got into. She was managing to push away and make space for some really new people to come in too, which was really exciting for her. So, as I said, always a very varied week, lots of challenges, and it's one of the things that make my work so wonderful. I genuinely enjoy the transformations that people can make, going down a path, but their mind just goes in a completely different, different direction, and that's the way we go. And it's a powerful therapy. So if this has inspired you to think, well, maybe there's something I can be helped with, let's just have a chat. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. And if I can't, I will do everything I can to help you find a path that may work for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to sharing my next week. Take care for now. Bye-bye.